So welcome back to week 3 of me learning how to do a handstand for my motor control and learning subject. So this week we covered the schema theory of motor learning, which covers a lot of aspects of practice, so the variable conditions of practice. So the two main ones we covered this week was consistent practice and variable practice. Consistent practice is when you complete a task in the same manner under the same conditions each time it's performed. And then variable practice involves completing a task in a variety of ways under a variety of conditions. So there's some variable practices that we covered this week was serial practice, random practice, and blocked practice. So serial practice is where you practice a skill in order of each condition, but it's mixed in a way that's predicted. So standing, for example, in our lecture we used an example of standing on a foam board instead of a flat surface when learning how to hold a one-handed stance, so going from one to the other in a predicted way. Random practice is when the order of a condition is absolutely completely randomized, so you might do 4 of this, 5 of that, 1 of that. It could be a flip of a coin that decides that, or just whatever your body feels. And then blocked practice is doing blocks of practice within a time frame, so doing 5 minutes of one skill and 5 minutes of another skill, but it's predicted. So for this week, I chose to do blocked practice. I had 2 different conditions. So I had either against a wall on a flat surface indoors, and then I had outdoors not against a wall on an uneven surface. The uneven surface outdoors wasn't really planned. My backyard's is kind of on a lean, so kind of just an extra variable I didn't really want, but that's okay. So I did 2 minutes of each session. So I did 2 minutes against this wall, and then I'd go outside and did 2 minutes out there. So I will show you the footage of that and give you a little recap about how I felt. So this is my first go in the first condition against the wall. This wasn't too tricky, as this is how I'd been practicing for the last 3 weeks. So I just kept doing the same sort of thing, going up, going down, making sure I'm trying to stay off the wall as much as possible and only using it when I really need it, keeping my core engaged, and yeah, so I gave it a good hot shot for around 2 minutes, and then I moved on to the next condition. So this is my first time going outside. It was really tricky. The floor was really uneven. It was kind of wet, so it was a bit squishy, but it was also a bit tricky because I was on a bit of a hill, so I found myself either over flipping myself, so almost going backwards, or not getting up high enough, so I was falling straight back down. But I did this for 2 minutes, and then I moved back onto the wall.
On my Sunday best, yeah. Hey, every day can be a better day despite the challenge. All you gotta do is leave it better than you found it. It's gonna get difficult to stand, but hold your balance. I just say whatever, cause there is no way around it. Everyone falls down sometime, but you just gotta know it'll all be fine. It's okay. It's okay, it's okay. Feeling good, like I should. When in dark, I walk around the neighborhood. Feeling blessed, never stressed. Got that.
So that was the rest of the footage of my training for week 3. I found myself really improving from condition to condition. So when I went back inside from coming outside, I wasn't kicking up on the wall with so much force. I was kind of controlling my body up to a straight position without needing to kick off the wall to get straight again. And then when I came outside, I found I was flipping up with a lot more control and not being unconfident in the fact that I was going to flip over and fall on my back. So I grew a lot of confidence from doing both conditions. So that's the end of week 3's vlog. I will see you next week for another vlog.